Welcome to another episode of Just One More Fix. This is James. I'm all by my lonesome in this episode. You can find us online at justonemorefix.com or on Twitter at justonemorefix. If you like us, head over to iTunes or to Google Play and give us a rating and a comment. In this episode, we're going to talk about goals. And now, it's time to get our gaming fix. As you heard, you have only me, James. I'm all by my lonesome in this episode. We had some scheduling conflicts and some things come up. I recently changed jobs, so I'm still a paramedic. I'm just working in a different city now, and it's created some difficulties here in the past few weeks about scheduling. So still wanted to get some content out to you guys and make sure that you guys knew we were still out here and we weren't fading away and we're still on the map. When I sat down and thought about things that we could talk about with just me, although I guess it's not a we, it's just things that I could talk about, is that I realized that we hadn't laid out what our goals and intentions were for this whole Just One More Fix podcast and this whole project that we have going on. And I thought we might just take some time today to just kind of lay that out. You know, I'm not sure what we're going to get from this today, but we'll see where my thoughts go and what we end up with. So this might be the first and last terrible solo episode, or it might turn into something cool. So I don't know. We'll see. If you're still hanging out here with me at the end of this, then I guess it was a success. If not, well, I don't know. I guess check us out next week or with our review on Friday. So I guess we should just start where the inspiration for this whole project came from. I'm a self-confessed podcast addict. I probably listen to about 15 different podcasts that I'm subscribed to, and I listen to every single episode of them. I'm kind of a completionist in that way. And then there's about another dozen or so that I cherry-pick the episodes that I listen to. So I spend a lot of time on the road and a lot of downtime between calls at my job. So I have a lot of free time and to be able to listen to all these. So one thing I noticed as time has gone by is some of the RPG podcasts that I listen to, as time has gone by, you know, a lot of the podcasts I listen to, my interest in them just sort of started to fade. And I'm not really sure why that is, whether it was the content of the podcast or just my interest in them. So I thought maybe it's time for us to step up and maybe try and fill that gap, because maybe some of you guys were also feeling the same way, and maybe you weren't. And even some of the ones that I have my interest has started to kind of wane from, I still listen to them and I still subscribe and I still pay attention to them. So it's not to say that I've totally walked away from it all, but I just thought there was a gap that we might be able to fill. So some of the inspiration for us, at least on my side of things, for podcasts that I like to listen to, are like Ken and Robin talk about stuff, design games, Crash Course and Awesome, the Joe Rogan Experience, and Radio Lab. Those are like my top 5, I guess, that I listen to. Now, Crash Course is not around anymore. They've stopped producing episodes, but it was a great game, especially if you're into Conspiracy X kind of stuff. You should really check it out. They do a lot of mysteries and cryptid stuff to check out for your Connex style games or X-Files style games. But anyway, as I listened to all these podcasts, I thought, you know what? I've logged hundreds and hundreds of hours listening to these podcasts. Surely we can do it as well, and it can't be that hard. I mean, I'm full of crap and I talk all day, so surely we can give it a shot. And so here we are. So, but one of the things that we really wanted to do when we set this out was to try and improve everyone's gaming, that at least, you know, wanted to listen to us, and to try and add to the RPG community in some way. We wanted to be like a resource for gamers, both new gamers and old gamers. We wanted to be able to point out like some sources of inspiration that are really cool that kind of come from unlikely places. We wanted to be able to bounce new ideas off of each other. We wanted to be able to kind of put forward the idea of story first and story construction and layout and how to build tension and pacing and timing and those kind of things. We wanted to be able to bring new people into gaming, because I'm a type A personality and I'm a paramedic, and I'm not what you would think of, what most people would probably think of as a classic gamer. But I've been gaming since I was 12 years old, and I've never looked back, and it's been a great experience for me, and I just absolutely love it, and I'll probably be gaming forever. And finally, I guess we wanted to build an RPG community. Gamers are such a great group of people. Seems like whenever we went to Gen Con, you know, there's 60-some thousand people there, right? And there's no major disputes or squabbles. Everybody's having a good time. Everybody's there. And almost everyone is strangers. You sit down at a table, you play a great game. Some of the best gaming experiences I've had have been at convention games at Gen Con. And you wouldn't have that experience within a lot of other hobbies or interests that are out there. So I just think that there's a potential for us to make a great community and help support each other and bounce ideas off each other and just improve gaming and have fun. Initially, we weren't going to do the reviews and stuff, but then we started to do some RPG reviews, and I thought, we play a lot of games. And I see a lot of posts online and a lot of discussions I've had with people about how they feel like they're trapped in the games that they play because maybe their gaming group isn't interested in playing any other games, or they've been playing them for 4 or 5 years, like they've only been playing Pathfinder or whatever for 4 and 5 years. And it's not that there's anything wrong with Pathfinder, but they wanted to do something new. Nobody wants to drink Coca-Cola every day of their life forever. Sometimes you need to change it up and try something new. And so since we play so many games, I thought it might be nice to kind of share some of those experiences and things that we like about them, because everybody is kind of struggling for free time, and it sucks to pick up a game and find out, you read it, you try it, you think you're going to like it, and then you play it, and the game just doesn't work the way you think it would. And I thought it would be nice if we could save people some time and we could help push games that people would already know that they would like, ways that they're good, ways that some of those games aren't so good, the things that they struggle with, so that we could get the right games into the right players' hands, essentially. I guess the last thing to talk about is we didn't want to shy away from hard topics. Not that we wanted it to be super controversial or anything, and I don't plan on having some giant, moral debate about gaming or how it does or doesn't do something. I don't know even what the discussion would be, but I didn't ever want to feel like we had to back away from a topic because of what it was. We're all adults. We all have pretty nuanced opinions, and I just wanted to make sure that we could feel like that we could have adult discussions that have nuanced opinions and that we could not have to worry about being attacked for what we thought. Me and Kurt don't always agree on everything. In fact, I quite like disagreeing with Kurt, and sometimes I do it just to be a contrarian and to just argue with him because I enjoy discussing things and arguing. But at the same time, we have great games together and always have fun. I can't ever think of a time at a table where we sat down and had some huge disagreement where we couldn't enjoy a game or something. So I don't really know where I'm going with that, but I guess just to say that we're not scared to talk about hard things and that we're not going to shy away from something because it's not popular. We're going to allow people to have their opinions and agree to disagree, I guess, sometimes, and realize that sometimes opinions can't be summed up into a 2-minute sound blurb or whatever. And I guess that leads us into the next part of this, is that when we started this, we also wanted to make sure that we let our conversations kind of develop organically. Something you guys may have noticed is sometimes we kind of wander around in our conversations, but none of it is scripted. We barely do any discussion about before the podcast starts about what we're going to talk about because we want it to develop organically. We don't want to kind of rehash the same conversation a second time because I'm not interested in having that exact same conversation a second time. And I'm sure if you have to listen to that, it's probably not as interesting as it was the first time we had the conversation. So I guess there it is. That's our goals for the Just One More Fix podcast and this whole project that we have going on. Feel free to share us with any gamer you can think of out there, or even non-gamers if you have people that you think might be interested in gaming and you want to draw them in and they may not be your conventional gamer type of personality, I guess you might say. But also, if you guys have any topics you want us to talk about or look at, any sources of inspiration that you found in kind of in those unlikely places, and I guess just any gaming questions in general, games you want us to review, things you want us to talk about, whatever. We're pretty much wide open here. We're looking to just have a good time and have good discussions and build our community and do that with your guys' help that's out there. So please share us. Please drop us a line. Let us know what you think. We're online at justonemorefix.com, which I feel like I say all the time and beat it to death. We've got a Facebook group that's linked on the webpage. Our Twitter is at justonemorefix. We're on iTunes and Google Play and Libsyn and Stitcher and all these other places. So I know we're out there quite a bit, but please share us, get the word out there, let everyone know about us. And if we're out and about, I know for sure we'll be at Gen Con. We're going to try and make an appearance at Fear the Con this year. We'll see how that goes, just scheduling wise, if we can make it or not. Hopefully we can meet up with you guys there and see you. It'd be nice to thank all you guys in person for supporting us and listening to us and helping share our podcast and stuff. So yeah, I guess that'll do it for this one. Hopefully it wasn't too terrible if you're still here listening to me blather on. But like I said, we just want to support the RPG community and try and build us up and help everyone evolve their gaming, put story first. So I guess that'll do it. If nothing else, you'll get our review this Friday in a couple days. And we'll see you guys again next week. Thanks for listening. This has been another episode of Just One More Fix. Music has been provided by Kevin MacLeod. You can find him at incompetech.com. You can find us at justonemorefix.com and follow us on Twitter at JustOneMoreFix.